Welcome to Slough.
Do you have something in Slough? It's a warehouse operative.
The town with the largest increase in unemployment in the UK since coronavirus struck.
Gary, how soon are you available, bud? As soon as possible, yeah. And
across the nation, jobless rates have now hit the highest level in over 3 years. In this town, a stone's throw from Heathrow, the now silent skies above it mean thousands of jobs lost. And at this recruitment firm, it means 1,000 applicants for a single job on a production line making sandwiches.
We will advertise, and within sort of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, we've got hundreds and hundreds of responses. That, of course, we're a relatively small team. In an ideal world, we would talk to every single candidate who applies for work, but the reality is it's impossible to do.
And applicant numbers look likely to stay high too, according to the latest data from the Office for National Statistics. Across all workers, in the last quarter, unemployment increased from 4.1% to 4.5%, or about 1.5 million people. But the pain isn't evenly spread. The hardest hit, under 24s, who now have an unemployment rate of 13.4%. Redundancies are mounting, up 144,000. But those still in work, well, they're now working more hours than just a couple of months ago. In amongst the barrage of numbers, there is the odd glimmer of hope. The number of people on payroll went up ever so slightly between August and September. The total number of hours worked went up, albeit from a very low base. But we are 6 months into this crisis now. The damage being done to businesses is significant. And with more lockdown measures introduced in the north of England and the possibility of more elsewhere, the general consensus among economists is that that unemployment rate of 4.5% is likely to get much, much higher.
Shadow Chancellor and Lee Stop.
According to Labour, the billions spent by the Chancellor propping up businesses do not go far enough.
Design faults in that scheme are already leading to substantial and unnecessary job losses.
I do recognise some of those sectors where the impact of COVID is more extreme, supporting them is more challenging, but we're doing everything we can as part of our plan for jobs, which is a £30 billion package.
There is some growth in the jobs market. All the goods we're now buying online need delivery drivers. And again, no shortage of applicants.
you're getting really overqualified people, especially in driving as well. We're getting assessors, trainers coming through to us, people, that shouldn't be losing their jobs, but unfortunately are.
It was hoped by this point in the pandemic the nation might be bouncing back. Instead, the governor of the Bank of England today warned of deep, long-term economic scarring. The fear now for many is that the question has changed from when to whether those jobs will return or whether they've gone forever.
Now, as unemployment rises here, the International Monetary Fund is warning about the hit to living standards worldwide. Our economics correspondent, Helia Ebrahimi, is in Westminster with the details. Helia.
John, as you said, IMF today are saying that the cost of COVID globally is going to be $28 trillion. Now, that is a significant hit, both to global poverty and living standards. They also do this rather interesting scorecard for how the UK is doing compared to its other countries. Let's take a look at how things looked back in June. Now here's how they look today. You can see that while the US, the picture is bad, it's improved substantially. And Germany has also been upgraded. And even France, which had one of the worst forecasts of any country around the world, has had some improvement. In the UK, despite having £192 billion pumped into the economy, we've seen hardly any improvement at all. And that's a real indictment. And here you have a key judgment from the IMF about policy choices, because they say that stricter national lockdowns for a short amount of time are really the only way not only to control the virus, but also protect the economy. This whole idea about tinkering around the edges in order to do better for the economy is an illusion, they say. And given what we heard earlier from Gary talking about the choices made in the UK about ignoring SAGE, that's rather interesting.